So what type of homes should I buy? This is a big question that is very difficult to answer because it all depends on you as a buyer. What do you need? What do you want? What's important? What's less important for you? So this is something that when you sit down with a real estate agent, these are the answers that we will get for you. So what types of homes are there out there? You'll have to figure out the size of home you need. If you have just you and your spouse, you might need a bit of a smaller home. If you have 3 or 4 kids, you're most likely going to need a bigger home. The other thing is also the special features of a home. What do you need? Do you need a formal dining room? Do you need a double car garage? Do you need a big yard? Do you need, like a double car driveway to accommodate all your vehicles? So those are things that, we sit down, we discuss with you. Another important information that you need to figure out is your lifestyle. Do you have vehicles? Do you not have vehicles? Do you need to be near a bus stop? Do you need to be near downtown? Do you need to be on the outskirts? It all depends on your actual lifestyle and what you need for your family. So we hear it all the time, location, location, location. This is one of the things that will impact the type of house you're going to buy, where you're going to buy, because it does make a big difference on you and your family. If you want to live downtown, you're not going to be looking in the suburbs. If you have a family, you want pets, and you want the outdoors, you're probably going to be looking a little bit more in the suburb area because you'll have more space. It is something that will impact your lifestyle where you are, and also the location of the house you're going to buy. If you buy a house that's backing onto a highway in the suburbs, might not be the ideal, on the resale value. Those are things that you need to consider when you're making a decision to buy a house. The next thing we hear as well, or what people ask us about, is should I buy a new home, a resale home, or should I build my own? There's pros and cons to each and every single one of them. If you're buying a new house, you can build it up, you can design it to the way you want, you can get the colors you want, the kitchen you want, the bathrooms you want. You get to design your house to your liking, to your specifications. This is definitely a big plus. The drawback is sometimes you might have to spend a little bit more money than you expected, and then there's a little bit more of expenses on a brand new home. Your landscaping might not be done, your eaves trough, your fencing. These are all things to consider when deciding to buy the property. Another thing that a lot of people do is they buy a resale home. Nothing wrong with a resale home. There's a lot of pros and cons to that as well. If you're buying a bit of an older home, you know that there's probably going to be a little bit more maintenance cost of buying a resale home. However, you know exactly what you're buying, where you're buying, you see what the neighborhood is like. You might have more mature trees, a little bit of different things for a resale home. The landscaping will probably be done, the fencing is done, so you don't have to spend money on that. However, there are other expenses that come along with a resale home. The other thing that some people will want to do is they want to build their own home. This is something that is great because you really pick everything from top to bottom, from all the finishes, from your kitchens, your bathrooms, your flooring, your ceilings, your roof color, your door colors. This is definitely something that can be very exciting. However, you just have to make sure you do all of your homework before getting into making a decision of getting your house built, because there could be a little bit more difficulties in possibly the financing, finding out what your real budget is. You'll expect to spend a certain amount of money, and then it's like, we're designing our kitchen. What's an extra $5,000 or an extra $1,000 here, an extra $1,000 there? It adds up pretty quickly. Great idea to build your own home, but make sure you do all the homework before you start getting into it. The next thing is the type of home. Should you buy a condo, townhouse, semi-detached, single home? These are all the different types of homes that you can buy, because it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're a young professional, you're not going to need the 4-bedroom house with a double car garage, huge backyard. You're just starting out. You might start out with a townhouse, a condo, but if you have a family with 3 kids, you're definitely not going to buy a 2-bedroom condo. You don't have enough room. So those are all types of homes that are available on the market. So when you sit down with one of our agents or with somebody, just really find out exactly what your wants and needs are, because it will make the home buying process a lot easier for you and everybody around. So It's up to you to decide the type of house, the size of house, where you want to live, because you eventually end up living in that house. It's not the realtor who's going to be living in that house. It's definitely you and your family. So if you have any questions, or if you want to sit down with one of our realtors to discuss exactly a little bit more in details what exactly it entails to select the house, to start looking for homes, make sure to reach out to us. We would be more than happy to sit down and explain everything from top to bottom.